Hi, welcome to On Principle, keeping your leadership skills sharp one insight at a time. The word crisis comes from the Greek meaning to separate. We see this happening in the current crisis. We're separating new from old, pre-corona from post-corona, profit from loss, before and after. For those in leadership and management roles, it will also separate effective versus ineffective. Crisis leadership and crisis management. Is there a difference, and is that difference important? The answer is yes, and it's critical in a crisis because we need both. What do crisis managers provide? They provide the operational expertise and skills to make sure we're monitoring the right things, planning, executing those plans, and holding people accountable. They focus on the present and short-term actions needed to survive. Crisis managers provide clear direction, focusing on efficiencies, expenses, inventory, cash flow, and other operational concerns. Their primary purpose is to provide stability. Let me say that again. The primary purpose of the crisis manager is to establish stability. They do this by providing clear communication about what's going to happen, when, how, and by whom. They plan the work and work the plan. Then they monitor closely, adjust, redirect, and fine-tune. If organizations don't have effective crisis management, they often don't survive. Why? Because their primary focus is on getting the work done. When done well, crisis managers generate confidence in followers because they have a plan. They're communicating it constantly, and they're executing it. So what do crisis leaders provide? In contrast to the operational needs that managers attend to in a crisis, our effective crisis leaders engage the human needs of the organization. They're engaging the emotional nature of people. They generate trust by providing hope, speaking from the heart. They connect the organization's mission and values to the actions it is taking. Crisis leaders are bringing people together for a common cause. They provide a realistic hope in the future, but don't sugarcoat the reality of the situation. One of the most famous examples of this is Winston Churchill's "We shall fight on the beaches" speech. Check it out if you need a little inspiration. Our crisis leaders are thinking strategically about the long term as well, about what's next and how to position for future success. They are using emotions to bring about positive change while setting the tone. When done well, crisis leaders generate trust and commitment at a much deeper level. They don't shy away from emotion. They use it to show that they care, to connect, to comfort, and to pave a path to a future of better days. In speaking with many of our clients the last few weeks, I've noticed a trend. A vast majority are focused almost exclusively on crisis management. They're budgeting, slashing expenses, planning, directing staff, prioritizing, and many other things. These are all critical for survival, so don't stop doing them. However, I recommend you ensure crisis leadership is also occurring in at least two areas. First, we have to engage the human and emotional needs in our organization. On an organization-wide basis, this is often best done by connecting this with your organization's purpose, mission, and values. On an individual level, it's about showing you care. It can be a simple phone call or a FaceTime check-in, or maybe sending a personalized note. And don't forget to check the pulse of your organization constantly, especially in crisis. Remember, the leader needs to set the tone, so check the mirror at least 2 or 3 times a day to make sure you are modeling what you want to see in others. The second area to ensure your crisis leadership is effective is to ensure you also have a long view, that you're planning and strategically preparing for a time after the crisis is over. This involves thinking about the future. While the managers are in a battle on the front lines, someone needs to be leading the war and thinking 2, 3, and 4 steps ahead. The vast majority of people in positions of authority can be described as either a leader or a manager. Rarely are people described as both. Which are you? Self-awareness of your own strengths and the ability to identify the additional needed strengths in others may be the most important capability to have right now. Let others help you. Remember, both crisis leadership and crisis management are needed in these times of uncertainty and fear. Your organization needs both. Done well, crisis management will reveal new and better ways of doing things. It can crush the status quo out of necessity. Crisis leadership done well will rally your troops, strengthen commitment, and create deep loyalty. Your job is to make sure both are occurring regardless of what your talents are. And remember, very rarely can one person do it all. You don't need to have all the answers, so let others help you. They want to be a part of the solution, even if it's tough, especially if it's tough. We know that these can be difficult times for leaders and managers. If there's anything we can do to help out, please let us know. Leading from the top can often be lonely. It doesn't have to be. Stay safe and hang in there. Better times are coming, and we want you to be ready for them. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.